Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Karen.
Yeah, I'm Emmanuel.
If you're new to our YouTube channel, please guys, subscribe.
In less than 2 seconds.
We're waiting. We're waiting for you to hit the button, subscribe button. Okay, you like, comment, and share. We really want your support as we go on through this K-pop journey. We want you to be with us, and we share different things. So if you haven't seen our videos, we have already reacted to different variety of groups, boy groups and girl groups, including BTS, Stray Kids, 17, Blackpink, Twice, Le Seraphim. They are
Fire.
they're
Tested.
yeah. Oh, I can't find the word.
Yeah, everybody can describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we started this K-pop journey, but we really want to dig in the K-pop history. So right now we're going to react and watch about the K-pop history from SeoTaiji, BTS. We really want to see the background, what was K-pop before we knew about BTS, because most of us have really heard about these groups in a few earlier years. But we really want to see the originality of the K-pop history. So
One thing this video needs.
Oh, even you see that.
As you've seen, K-pop has grown exponentially.
Yeah,
Everyone in the world, like it or not, must have seen K-pop.
Oh, okay, BTS.
Either if it's Gangnam Style or a BTS video or a annoying K-pop dancing move on Twitter. But why not know what K-pop actually is and where it began? Well, it all comes down to a country called South Korea, a peninsula located in East Asia in between China and Japan. Korea was doing great with its kingdoms and dynasties for more than 4,000 years until 1910 to 1945 when Korea was colonized by Japan. And from 1950 to 1953, the Korean War happened, splitting Korea into North and South. Then Korea was stuck in the Cold War. Due to war and all, the economy wasn't that great. Thus, the music industry wasn't that public nor diverse. Well, Korea did have music like traditional sounds or Japanese influenced rock. 1970s, economy got a little better. Jeans, acoustic guitars, young kids enjoying life, rock, folk music happened. But still, the government doesn't like too much freedom and creativity. They want you to work. 1980s, two words, folk songs and ballads. First, Korean ballads kick in. People like these dudes make ballads really popular. Legendary dudes like Joyoung pop out. Bands like Shinawi and Drew pop out. People start listening to these dudes instead of these dudes. Until the 90s, Korea gets rich. No one's unemployed. People call it the miracle of Han River. Successful Olympics, CD distribution. Kids get to wear Nike shoes, buy music, go to concerts, clubs happen, dancing becomes a thing. Finally, the good old 90s arrive. Ding ding, hi, I'm K-pop. All these new genres start to bloom. Hip-hop, dance, R&B, soul, gospel, and of course the popularity of ballads and folk songs continue. Now, all these artists start writing their own songs. A lot of singer-songwriters appear like Shin Sung-moon, Lee Seung-wan, Yoon Jong-shin, Chung Lam-min, Toy, and more. Boom, March 1992, this dude named SeoTaiji appears out of nowhere. Well, actually, he was in the aforementioned rock band Shinawi as a bassist, but in the meantime, he was doing his own thing and explores the world of media music, aka electronic digital. He's also a born rebel. He looks different. His crew dances like crazy. His band SeoTaiji Kids released an album called SeoTaiji with a title song called I Know. They just sweep all the existing awards out there. Similar groups like Deuce might be competitors, but SeoTaiji Kids and their songs and performances changed everything. Critics claim 1992 is the most important year in Korean pop music history. He destroys genres like trot, ballad, and folk music. They released 4 albums afterwards until 1996. He mixes up hip-hop and traditional music in Hyuga. He also likes techno, and even uses heavy metal rock and classroom ideas criticizing the Korean education system. And then the public suddenly tries to rewind the song and thinks he's Satan or gay. They keep on tackling social issues like reunification, environment, drugs, education. He's basically the Tupac of K-pop. Speaking of Tupac, he even touches gangster rap in his last album titled Come Back Home. And then they disband, more like disappear. Poof, yup, just like that, leaving one message. We've showed you everything we can try. Korea freaks out. Kids don't go to school, protest, attempt suicide. People say K-pop is dead. While false alarm, SeoTaiji and kids might be gone, but their impact still lives. Now, listening radio equals living. On the other hand, watching TV, performances, dance music, choreography, style, competition equals cool. Young teenage fans, official fan clubs, fan meetings, fanfics, Sassing fans, fan wars, capital, artist management. It was like a cult, and SeoTaiji and kids were their idol. On the side, the tornado dance from I Know was the first dance choreo that went viral. Now, corporates see money in K-pop and idol businesses. Samsung, Doosan, Hyundai, LG, Daewoo, Lotte all make their own record companies and labels. Competition begins. Huge investments flow from their mother company. Ambitious scouting, projects, new market, but no system yet. Expenses overissued, no transparency, business based on few inner circle connections. Result, obviously, all gone in a few years. Big failure. But then there's DSP. The founder, Yoo-yeon, had some actual experience managing big artists like Taejina, Yoo-yeon, Shim and Sobangcha. Sobangcha was actually close to an idol group model way before SeoTaiji and Kids in 1987. However, their music was more trot-based and had very simple dances, thus not as impactful as an idol group like SeoTaiji and Kids. Anyways, Yoo-yeon, who had the experience, makes his own label DSP in 1991. Wasn't really successful during the SeoTaiji era. Then in 1996, launches a group literally called Idol that initially had decent popularity, but gets demolished by SM Entertainment's HOT. 1996 and HOT debuts, hardcore rap, distinct fashion, and hairstyles. Criticizing society. HOT is made by today's famous SM Entertainment, founded by Isuman, in short, SM. Starts as SM Studio in 1989, then reforms into SM Entertainment in 1995. SM develops a systematic idol training system and earns huge success with HOT. DSP gets mad. 1997, they throw out Text Kiss. SM activates their trap card. Girl Group SES debuts in December 1997. And then DSP says, well actually no, IMF says, everyone hold your fire. Korea will be entering the economic crisis. People lose jobs, businesses go bankrupt, half of the entertainment labels shut down, TV music programs get canceled. People are struggling, they're jumping off bridges, so they aren't really cool or interested about idols. Well, 1998 comes, SMB like, the show must go on, pops out Shinhwa. DSP says, hold my beer, we present you Finkel. At this point, SM and DSP is the Marvel and DC Comics of this era. HOT versus Text Kiss, SES versus Finkel, Shinhwa versus GOD. Well, GOD was actually produced by a third company called JYP and wasn't actually the typical dance idol group, but I'll get to that later. Each company and group shares the trophies and awards around music shows turn after turn, and of course on the way there were other groups like Baby Box, Chakra, Cleo, and talented solo artists like Yoo Seung-jun, Park Ji-yoon, Lee Jung-yeon as well. Looking back, we now call this era the first generation of K-pop. Meanwhile, you might be wondering, whatever happened to SeoTaiji and boys after this? And I don't know what SeoTaiji himself, but one of Yang Suk was the rapper and dancer of SeoTaiji and boys, but trying out his talent as a producer, but was kind of unlucky in the meantime. But anyways, opened up his own company, Hun Label, in 1996, but kind of flopped with a group called Keepsix. Then renames his company to MF Label and launches the hip-hop duo Jinushan. Jinushan surprisingly did pretty well, even though hip-hop was pretty new. Yang Suk was well known to have an influence and background in hip-hop dance and music. He was spotted in detail and dancing all the time before his debut days. So this background and success with Jinushan led him to reform his company into YG Entertainment and launched another hip-hop group called One Time. First generation of K-pop was sparked by SeoTaiji and boys. Everything got systematic, like the training systems and all. Groups with crazy hair, crazy fashion, and dance music. K-pop still kind of strange, new, but popular to the public. Kind of trying to imitate American pop. While corporate-backed labels died with the IMF crisis, labels with professional music background become big, like DSP, SM, and YG. It was the opening, the door to a new era, to the 21st century. Second generation begins. Wade says 1.5 gen. On the conversion to second gen, there is a transition stage. Surprisingly, a lot of solo artists who sing ballads, R&B, and groups that do ballads or rock become super popular. Song Shi-young, Hisung, Vibe, MC The Max, Buzz, The Cross, EOS, SQ Wannabe. Then where'd K-pop go? Well, many talented solos were there to bridge the transition. The famous Boa, known as Asia's Star, arguably the most successful solo female K-pop artist in history, from SM Entertainment. Got casted by Isuman himself and debuted at August 2000. Also debuted in Japan. Critics say Boa is one of the biggest contributors and pioneer in opening foreign markets for K-pop and SM. Boa gets to get all these first, youngest, most, blah 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 titles and rewrites K-pop history. Other solo artists also kept the K-pop K-pop flame burning with competitions such as Rain and Seven. Speaking of Rain, let's get back to JYP. Park Jin-young, aka JYP, is this dude that was active during the SeoTaiji era as well. Initially got refused numerous times from the label due to his weird face and body, but finally debuts in 1994 as a solo artist. Tale is, SM himself rejects JYP from an audition, but later asks in private just because he wants to buy songs JYP produced. JYP is extremely talented in dancing and also being sexy, which was a first for a male at the time. Won many number ones during the era, even with the competition with SeoTaiji and Kids. Became a singer-songwriter and producer and made hit songs like Honey and Swing Baby. With that experience, goes on as a producer, producing G.O.D, once called the Nations Group, and also excavates Park Ji-yoon, who sang Adult Ceremony, also produced by JYP. And in the midst of that, makes his own company, JYP Entertainment. Back to Rain. Rain was the backdancer of JYP and Park Ji-yoon. JYP trained Rain and debuted him, also giving him many hit songs like How to Avoid the Sun and It's Raining. Boa from SM, Rain from JYP, Seven from YG. This is when we start to see the three companies grow and become the now-known big three of K-pop, SM, JYP, YG. Another fun fact about the 1.5 generation is that many solo artists tried their luck after disbanding from the first generation groups, like Kangta, Pada, Ukjuyeon, Eunjiwon. However, to be honest, their popularity wasn't like before. Except maybe Yuri, former Pinkle member that was least popular among the members, but suddenly pops up with a sexy solo debut and becomes Korea's diva. Finally, it's second gen. The idol groups are back, and the public is used to the word idol. SM Entertainment introduces TVXQ in 2004. They get the Rookie Awards, actually all the awards. Gets a Taesan on their second debut year and gets a Grand Slam in 2006, another Grand Slam in 2008, work on chart #1 in Japan. It's not a stretch to say they basically conquered Korea and China. SM got rich, they made noteworthy like Super Junior in 2005, Girls' Generation in 2007, Shiny, and FX in 2009. Super Junior becomes extremely popular with songs like Sorry Sorry in China and Southeast Asia. Girls' Generation becomes the nation's girl group with their stunning visuals and charmful songs like Kissing You and Baby Baby. They don't stop with Korea. They go off to conquer Japan with their songs G, Genie, and O, bringing all those titles from Japan charts and album sales. Shiny puts out super addictive songs like Juliet, Breathing Down, and Lucifer, and achieves attention from mostly Japan and Southeast Asia, eventually touring all around these areas. FX shows the experimental side of SM. They carry a unique concept with all of their songs with obscure lyrics. Their unique electronic songs get very positive reactions from professional music critics. And no doubt we start to see non-Korean members, such as Victoria and Amber. With all these groups, SM is now all over Asia. Now SM might be big, no group could rival TVXQ, but here comes a big group, Big Bang. Big Bang from YG Entertainment is a little different. Debuted in 2006 as 5 members from a real survival program conducted by Yang himself, Big Bang places its roots into K-pop. 2007, they released their EP, Always, with the song Lies. This song was so big that it made them escalate to the top immediately. Then major hit songs after hit songs like Last Farewell, Colorado, Red Sunset make them the unquestionable #1 group in Korea. They go on doing solo work, Japan activities, world tours, sweep awards, pointless to list achievements. They go on further with a career with mega hits like Blue, Fantastic Baby, Loser, Baby, Bang Bang Bang. Big Bang becomes the most popular, influential, listened to group. No male group can rival them in the second gen except maybe early TVXQ. The biggest point that differentiated them would be that the general public, including men, loved and sang most of their hit songs. Big Bang's leader G-Dragon produced most of these mega hit songs, not to mention his successful solo work, and lives as the biggest Korean fashion, music, and trend icon to this day. So who is Girls' Generation's rival then? In YG Entertainment, probably 21. 4-member group debuted in 2009 with a very different concept, strong female image. Releases mega hits like Fire, I Don't Care, Go Away, Lonely, I Am the Best. They were the best. Ranked as one of the best K-pop groups of the past decade by Billboard, and a female group that finally offered an alternative concept from the traditional pretty cutesy girl group stereotype. Girls' Generation and 21 weren't rivals in style because they were so different. However, the two groups were huge and probably the most successful girl groups in second-gen K-pop history. Speaking of girl groups, we have to go back to JYP, because JYP is known as the girl group Royal Company. Wonder Girls is a #1, debuted in 2007, put out major hits like Tell Me, So Hot, Nobody, which were all viral hits within the nation and Asia due to their simple and catchy point dances. In 2008 Haiwon Seoul Music Awards, they received their first Taesang as a girl group, competing with Big Bang and TVXQ. Before Girls' Generation got extremely popular, they had the nation's girl group title in 2007 to 2008. Their style was distinct compared to Girls' Generation in 21 because it was mostly retro pop or electro pop. Wonder Girls were the first to appear on American TV shows, showing the possibilities of expansion of K-pop to the West. Nobody was the first K-pop song to enter the Billboard Top 100 chart. On the other hand, JYP puts out boy groups such as 2PM and 2AM, who respectively have have the Monster Idol and Ballad Prince concept. 2PM does especially well with hit songs like 10 out of 10, Again and Again, and Heartbeat, also becoming a sensation in Korea and Japan. Here we see Nickun, a member of 2PM from Thailand, showing that K-pop is surely expanding beyond China and Japan. Now, it would be safe to say that the second gen of K-pop was led by the mentioned groups. There are other groups such as 4 Minute who made a strong impact and shift on the concept of girl groups. Then there was Kara, produced by DSP, and were known as big competitors to the Wonder Girls and Girls' Generation. Japan went crazy over them. Everyone knew their songs and choreographies like Step and Mystery. But can we move on to third gen? Well, maybe yes or maybe no. Some people draw the line by 10 years, as in 2000 to 2010. Some experts draw the line by sudden inflation and saturation of groups. A lot of groups start to pop up, like East Embassy, the only for blocking BTS, Vixen, and T-Tom News, and more. For girl groups, After TR Radio, Secret, Missing Languages, Roses, AOA, and more. So the groups that debuted in the late 2000s and early 2010s are tricky to categorize.
Plus, from this point on, please don't hate me for not going in depth on every single group or missing some of them, because that will change the title of this video to K-pop History Explained in 200 minutes.
But if we were to say there was a dominant group of this transition era, it's EXO. EXO debuts in 2012 in 2 groups, EXO-M and EXO-K. Another experimental approach from SM trying to divide and expand markets. Anyways, EXO wins, pops, and grows. China is basically EXO's. EXO has the biggest and also most notorious fandom in Korea. That's how much people love EXO. They put out hit after hits like Growl, Overdose, Call Me Baby, Monster, Loto. Their only rival might be the still yet hugely successful Big Bang. And then they slowly open the doors to third gen. Now these are some of the characteristics of the third generation of K-pop. 1. Mass inflation and red ocean of idols, saturated market. 2. Globalization as a norm, catching the global audience is a must. 3. Idol audition survival programs. Because of the red ocean of idols, naturally the mass public begins to dislike K-pop idols due to lack of creativity, overlapping concepts, and exhaustion of idol music. This is when the public starts to divide the term idol with artist. Many major TV audition programs become popular looking for real talented singers and vocals rather than visually appealing dance-based idols that only get to sing a few seconds in one song. Well, this is what the public thought at that time. I know there are exceptions among idols too. Oh yeah, in the meantime, in 2012, the worldwide viral hit Size Gangnam Style happened, getting the once most viewed video on the planet. Thanks to its addictive, hilarious dance beat, it got a number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. This is basically the first time that the entire world notices a country called South Korea and K-pop without having to mention nukes and this dude, and that's North Korea, by the way. In the third gen, despite the influx of idol groups, the only ones that survive are groups that have amazing music quality or musical talent or something different. Because the Korean market is so small and saturated, it now becomes the norm to have at least more than one global English-speaking member in the group. This member usually is in charge of speaking during overseas interviews and tours. Not only member-wise, but marketing and music-wise, the attempts become more globalized too, testing out new markets such as South America. In the meantime, the public and entertainment companies want a system to get the best quality idols out there, and that is by following the TV trend by making TV audition survival programs with worldwide contestants. This system allows idols to gain publicity even before debut, and also verify popularity and talent. Although audition programs such as Produce 101 to Produce X have been extremely popular, it got caught in a corruption and manipulation issue recently, which likely put out the credibility and support towards these survival programs. Now, to name a few groups that are leading the third generation currently, definitely the girl group Trinity, Twice, Blackpink, Red Velvet. JYP's girl group Twice has earned the absent nation's girl group title since Girls' Generation, along with major hit songs that dominated Korea and Japan mostly, like Cheer Up, TT, Knock Knock, Likey, and Fancy. Interestingly, these girls were also a result of an audition program called 16. YG's girl group Blackpink has the record of most YouTube views, 56.7 million in 24 hours, with its Kill This Love music video topping Ariana and Brandy. Their music videos have this much views each, which saves my time on trying to explain and prove their popularity. Also, they're the highest charting female K-pop group on Billboard Hot 100 and 200, plus they had an epic stage at Coachella too. SM girl group Red Velvet might not be as big as the former two in size, but is always praised by the public and critics for their unique sound and high-quality songs. Time magazine has highlighted their versatile musical style and named them as one of the best K-pop groups. Billboard agreed too in 2019. Fun fact, Red Velvet was the first K-pop group to perform in North Korea, and Kim Jong-un adjusted the schedule to go see them. Now let's not try to leave out many other talented hard-working girl groups such as Mamamoo, Momoland, Luna, IZ*ONE, G-Idol, CLC, Dreamcatcher, G-Friend, Lovelyz, Oh My Girl, Ujusonya, Komonsonyo, Everglow, Wiki Mickey, and more. As for boy groups, it's hard to pick a definitive popularity or impact, but just to name a few, 17, NCT GOT7, Winner, iKON, Monsta X, AT, Stray Kids are definitely the biggest and most popular globally. Most of these groups actively go on world tours and appear on Western TV shows nowadays. And then there are groups such as Baby, Impact, Victim, Astro, Pentagon, SF9, The Boys, Ace, JD, J, Golden Child, Intuit, UME, Very Very, Once, and more. So many girl groups, boy groups, mixed groups, new global audience, thus various music styles as well. You name it, K-pop has it. Oh, you don't like groups, super produced modern electronic music? Maybe try IU out. She's Korea's nation's sister and also the nation's singer. Been around since 2008 with numerous ballad and K-pop hit songs. Single-handedly has the popularity equivalent to K-pop's biggest idols. Then there's K-pop R&B, a whole scene of its own. Maybe check out Zico, who has an overlap background with K-pop. Then there's rock. Maybe check out bands like Day6 and Flying the Rose and more. So, it's already 2020, technically 10 years have passed again, and the line is blurring between 3rd gen and 4th gen. Then what would be the standards of dividing the generations? I can't be the one deciding, but just to add my personal 2 cents, maybe the line could be drawn by observing groups that start off already with a bigger fandom globally rather than domestically in Korea from the pre-debut and rookie phase. In short, maybe no more validation or dependence from Korean fans needed, or there's an alternative view of simply drawing the line by post-BTS. And yes, I know y'all are screaming, what? Not a single mention of BTS until now. Well, anyways, this whole generation dividing process is a whole debate subject of its own, so let's just leave it there and throw it to the comment section. Finally, there is one group that needs a thorough separate section in K-pop history, and it is BTS. BTS started off with a small company called Big Hit under the producer named Bang Seo, who was a former colleague and good friend to JYP, but split paths to make his own company. Bang Seo gathered 7 members originally and planned to make a hip-hop group. However, the content and musical style diversified over the years. BTS didn't gain much attention during their first years, often getting mocked by their group name that means Bulletproof Boy Scouts, and apparently some or many people thought their appearances were unpretty. However, BTS differentiated themselves from other idols by speaking about the unspoken in their lyrics, such as mental health, youth problems, social issues, and the journey towards loving oneself. BTS also made their own universe and story in their music videos. They made moderate success until they got mainstream with their songs like I Need You, Don't, Save Me, and Fire. After that, every move they made pretty much became history. They topped the Billboard 200 charts 4 times in a row alongside the Beatles, appeared on multiple major American TV shows, got awarded by the Billboard Music Awards, AMAs multiple times, did a Grammys act, did a UN speech, did a cover of Times, had stadium world tours including Wembley and Saudi Arabia, sold over 30 million cumulative albums to this day. BTS has become so big that they become expressed as the BTS or Korean invasion, just like the British invasion from the Beatles by multiple critics and journalists. Many point out that it's even more significant regarding the fact that BTS's music and lyrics were not in English but in Korean. Also started off as underdogs in the K-pop industry itself, struggling without the support of big capital nor media. In the meantime, there might have been attempts to compete with BTS, for example, SM making their own Avengers by combining members from existing successful groups like SHINee, EXO, NCT into a collaborative single group called Super M. Well, they did get number 1 on Billboard 200, but many people criticized the method of bundling issues in the process. However, industry-wise, it was a fresh attempt that never happened in K-pop history, trying to officially combine members from different groups into one with an agenda to make success in the American or global market. And it is these new attempts that fuel K-pop to go further on. Anyways, back to BTS, it's not an overstatement to say that BTS is probably bigger than all of K-pop combined at this point. However, from SeoTaiji to BTS, many groups existed, and every time records were broken, people were surprised. Back then, no one imagined anything bigger than TVXQ, Girls' Generation, Big Bang, EXO, Gangnam Style. But here we are, K-pop is still evolving. The market is getting bigger and it's becoming more well-known all around the world. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens in the future of K-pop. Will it just disappear as a trend or get even bigger, like it always has?
That was a lot to take in, but K-pop has really come so far, and they really deserve the audience, the attention, and everything so far. They've really evolved through the generation, through the years. You know, so far I think lots of us knew K-pop from the Gangnam Style. You know, at that era. Was it 2012? What year? I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was 2012. I think that was, for most of us, Gen Zs. Yeah, we knew about K-pop from there. But really, they've really evolved from the 1970s there, coming to date.
There's almost 4 generations to play, right?
Yeah.
From the video.
I really wanna know. 'Cause are they having like what? How can I put this? Do they like talk to these stars? Because you find a group has talent of singing, rapping, dancing. They have like.
They combine dancing, rapping.
Are they
Yo,
taught?
That's heritage,
Plus,
man. Like
You
you
just
see
can't
from
pick
the
anybody
years
to
back.
come and dance.
Yes.
It's very, very hard.
You must learn. Everything is taught. Everybody must learn. Nobody
Wow.
is being born to know.
Yeah, but that's like more of an heritage thing, you know, like
Yeah.
since back.
Sister,
Yeah,
Yeah.
1950s and all, like the JYP.
BTS, they learn about the dancing moves.
Koreans are talented.
That's right.
Music-wise and movie-wise,
Yeah.
okay, we'll get to know much more about K-pop
Yeah.
and K-dramas someday. I'm really enjoying this journey. I've really like learned something about the K-pop history.
Mhm.
It's adventurous, you know.
Yeah.
They have a lot of genres in it. They have rap, they have rock and rolls,
Mhm.
they have
Balance. I don't know.
They have plenty of genres in them. That's why it's really a universal kind of thing. You see like they sing in R&Bs, in
Mhm.
slow, in rap, and it's
And you could
I
see them
can see
taking
much.
over, like the billboards, in the charts, like in the
They really
companies,
deserve.
yeah.
They really deserve
Deserve
this. They
They
really
deserve
deserve
attention
it.
and everything they get.
Yeah. They
I'm a
deserve
fan already.
it.
Me too.
Me too. Me too. Well, I hope you guys will tell us more about BTS and K-pop in history in general for the things that they have not been mentioned in the video. You tell us and let us know what you guys
Told
know.
about the video.
Yeah, really like to know more about the K-pop. So I guess that's it. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to knowing more about it. We're excited. We are the new fans, K-pop fans. We're intrigued and happy. We're enjoying it so far. So yeah, that's it. Hope you
Peace out.
guys see it in our next videos.